Hello, everybody. It's Frank. How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty good. It's Saturday. What is this, November 9th? I can never keep the days right. 2024. This is the day 8 of the Economic Ninja Challenge of posting videos. Today I wasn't 100% sure what to go over. Yeah, I know. I was kind of like at writer's block. I kind of did. I don't want to say exact repeat of what I did yesterday. So I went out for a long walk. It started being nice, and then when I got out there, it started getting a little colder, a little more windier, and a little darker. So, but yeah, I was listening to a couple YouTube videos that I'm not 100% sure I want to talk about here on this channel yet. But so what I wanted to share was that, I hope some of you are seriously thinking about what, part of all these other videos that we've talked about before. But what I wanted to highlight was more about knowledge, and in particular, financial information. So I have, I got a lot of books. I got a bunch of World War II books over here. Yeah, I've read all these. So, like I told you, I'm big into history. But I have a lot of finance books, and I forgot about. I just happened to be looking down here. These are a whole bunch of Rich Dad Poor Dad books by Robert Kiyosaki. And, oh my lord! I forgot about this book. Guys, check this out. Let me just show this real quick. Yeah, look at that! I forgot about this book. Yeah, so Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book with Donald Trump at the time. I'm trying to remember when this book came out. It was actually pretty good. They actually talk about how they want, instead of them getting rich, they actually wanted everyone else to be rich. So they kind of said, hey, why that would be good for the United States. A lot of problems can be solved because of other people can uplift themselves out of poverty, right? So anyway, oh boy, now I only have one hand because I have my whoops. What was that? Books. So yeah, I have a couple of Rich Dad Poor Dad books. I don't want to say they're kind of out of date. I think the granddaddy is actually the Rich Dad Poor Dad book itself. That's a good read, just to kind of, it was kind of like when I first read it, I was like, what? Or, kind of questioning, I'll say just traditional thinking. So he is a kind of old school guy. Trying to remember, I think Cash Flow Quadrant wasn't too bad. Gold and Silver is kind of a good one too. Even though he didn't write it, Michael Maloney actually wrote it. He's actually a pretty good guy, but he talks about, this is specific into guide into gold and silver investing, but kind of why you would want. It's not necessarily. It's more of a savings thing. I keep dropping. Those books keep dropping. So, but these actual books are by a author named James Rickard. But this one says, what book is on top of that? That's by him too. The New Great Depression Aftermath. I think his first book was Currency Wars. Hang on, which one was it? The Death of Money, Road to Ruin. I think these were the better ones. I'm trying to remember the actual, but he's got a couple different ones. I think Currency Wars was the first one. That's actually pretty good. Death of Money, Road to Ruin. Those are pretty good. He also has a case for gold. Check this out. I got a couple books by Ron Paul. He actually used to be a representative. It looks like maybe Donald Trump, or at least Elon and Ron might tag team about getting wasted government spending. But he actually talks about ending the Federal Reserve. And actually, that book I was telling you about, The Creature from Jekyll Isle, right here is the book. It's pretty big, as you can see. and it's Edward Griffin, I believe. It's definitely by Griffin. I'm trying to remember his first name. I think it's Edward Griffin. He's actually he's been around for quite some time. Yeah, I got some old book on the German inflation of the Weimar Republic. It's like a textbook. This is like a textbook as well. And then I got look at that. I got F A Hayek. And it's like old school. They call this Austrian economics. This is a good, really, 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 really good book. It's more economic, but it really tells you about it because he calls it the road to serfdom, and that's kind of he's actually pretty true about that. But the Ludwig von Mises, and this is literally like a textbook. This is what was this one called? The Theory of Money and Credit. So that's actually a pretty good one to actually read. Some of the books that aren't financial, I would recommend if you're not big into finance. This is the book called Art of War. Sun Tzu. So this is old. It's actually an old book, but they just keep reprinting it. But it's more philosophy. But I think that's a good book for most people to read. So, what's some other highlight books that we want to read? Oh, well, that's the King James Bible. I got a couple of different versions. I think I got an NIV Bible. I got a couple of Bibles here. So, yeah. Like I said, not everything is 100%, gospel. Sorry if that offends you. But, yeah, there's good things to read in the Bible. Just remember, it's been altered. Who knows how many, by how much, by what degree, right? So that's why you can't just say it's all true, and that's why you can't say it's all false. What other things I got in here? I got some fitness book. Got some Glenn Beck. He's got some Agenda 21. Or look it up. Agenda 21. Agenda 2020. Yeah, look it up. Look it up. That's what they want to do to you. They want to enslave you, and then you'll think that you'll own nothing and be happy. World Economic Forum negotiation. This was a good book to read. Who Moved My Cheese? That's a good one. Who's that by? Spencer Johnson, MD. Huh. MD. That's odd. One Nation Under God. This is actually One Nation Under Gold. This was like a study of the gold standard. James Ledbetter. Yeah. Okay. That's actually not too bad. That's if you want to get into more financial system. Fed Up by Daniel Diamar. I'm trying to remember her. She actually used to work at the federal, one of the Fed offices. So she's been in the financial news. You can look her up. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I got Stephen Hawking. Yeah, I got all sorts of books that I read. Not just that. Oh, this is the book that I was telling you about. But it's basically a study of generations, but it's actually pretty good. So it's called The Fourth Turning by William Strauss and Neil Howe. So that goes into kind of how there's a repeat in human cycles, repeat 80 years. So that's actually, I think that's a good book to read too. And if you want to put your tinfoil hat on... Zecharia Sitchin. I got these books. I'm trying to remember. I've had these books for a while. Zecharia Sitchin talking about like how they call it the. If you ever watch Ancient Aliens, that's kind of how. So this is kind of like the person who first proposed Ancient Alien type of thing. I'll say Eric Van Daniken book. I think I'm trying to remember. I know here's, where is it? Chariot of the Gods. Do I actually have the Chariot of the Gods? Yeah, I do right here. Eric Van Daniken, Chariot of the Gods. I think he wrote it in 1972, 73, something like that. I got a couple of his books. I got Jim Mars of Rise of the Fourth Reich. This is, yeah, I think this is still deemed tinfoil hat, but if you read this, yep. you'll probably see more truth in there than you care to like now. Here's a fantastic inventions of Nikola Tesla. Good book. Guy way ahead of his time. So anywho, if you're not into that, I got a lot of fiction. So I like dragons. Here's some old Dragonlance books. So this is like from the 80s, Dragonlance book. Those are really good. Oh, there's Watership Down back there. What else do I got in here? Sherlock Holmes. There's a bunch of Dragonlance books. Wings of Fire. I think it's more of a young adult, but really good series actually. If you like Dragon, I think they did a pretty good job. Lots of D&D book. Dragons, Power Word. Oh, I got Robotech. That's old school too. That's like mid 80s right there. Coins. Oh yeah, I collect coins. Well, I don't really collect coins all that much right now. I still do a little bit, but not nearly as to the same degree that I did. So anyway, thought I would pop on, show you guys some of the books. And these aren't all my books here, but this is kind of like my room that I have for books. It's kind of like my little, it's like a small bedroom. I think it's kind of meant to be like a little nursery, but it's kind of a smaller room in here. I doubt it's 10 by 10, so something like that. And I got some of my old, there's one of my old Star Wars figure collection things. And then, yeah, some Darth Vader stuff. I just put it up here. So it's kind of like a man cave library. But you can't smoke in here. If you want to drink in here, that's fine. But is there anything else we want to show in here? I got like it's a Hindu temple type of thing. We still have that. Well, outside of that, hopefully you guys are having a good day. And tomorrow I'll record the Veterans Day video. But this video you'll see on Sunday. But I'll record something on Sunday that's more for Veterans Day. And then that'll show Monday, which is actually on Veterans Day. So have a good day, everyone. And keep your head up. If you got any questions, let me know. And we'll see you soon. Bye.